Welcome. This is, I think, my 10th Neon Dynasty quick draft. I did a few back in sort of March, uh, and it's back up, so I think I'm going to try and make the most of it. And I've got, I mean, there's 5 days left to draft it, so I've got enough gold for 5 drafts. So let's see if I can manage it. I've got quite I'm doing quite well with the collection. There's 13 of the rares and mythics that I've got full sets for now. So I still think it's worth doing. The draft yesterday was quite encouraging because for my collection I managed to get um, six rares or mythics. So that was pretty cool. So I'm gonna just keep going with this and see how we do. And I went 4 and 3 yesterday, which wasn't too bad. Fantastic. So this is Boseiju. It's actually one of the rares I'm missing. This is my first copy of Boseiju. That's pretty cool. Right, and I guess now we'll think about trying to make a deck. I mean, this is nice to have, I guess. Um, it's an extra disenchant you can chuck in the deck. There's a really good green-white enchantment deck, and Michiko's Reign of Truth is very powerful for that. I think that's just okay. Seismic Wave, that's a good sweeper, isn't it? 2 damage to any target, and then 1 damage to non-artifact creatures. See, there are quite a few things that make 1/1 tokens and things like that. So that's quite powerful. That's quite a good removal spell. And of course, it's effectively 3 damage to one non-artifact target. So and it's instant speed. Just a good removal spell. Repel the Vile. Yep, solid. I think I take these later in the draft. 4 mana removal spell with some conditions. It's all right. Wanderer's Intervention. Yeah, quite good. I've never established if people can ninjutsu in response to this and save their creature. I've always assumed that they can. Yeah, I think they can. Ninjutsu is definitely instant speed. Counter spell. This is just a bad card. Right, interesting. So in, of course, New Capenna, they have a 1 mana version of Planar Incision called Slip Out the Back. Of course, this is exile and then return to the battlefield. Slip Out the Back, I think, phases out the creature. I think. I'll have to check that. So, yeah. Nothing super interesting down here. We've got 2 white removal spells. It's interesting. Wanderer's Intervention, initially I thought that's pretty good, and now I'm not so sure. I mean, when I first started playing. But best removal spell is Seismic Wave. And maybe the best sort of card for winning the game is Michiko's Reign of Truth. Obviously, it's an enchantment kind of build-around card, but so I think it might be more risky to take the Reign of Truth. Seismic Wave is just a more solid card. But I'm gonna lean towards Reign of Truth. You can definitely, I think you can go black-green enchantments, black-green-white enchantments. Dockside Chef is an enchantment creature, of course. And we've got a white enchantment creature there. Yeah, Energy Blade seems terrible, to be honest. I don't think I've seen anyone use that successfully. Uh, sacrifice artifact or creature. It's not bad. It could be some decent card draw. If we're committing really early to our green-white deck, there's green-white enchantments. We've got Commune with Spirits, which is definitely really good. We've got Blossoming Sands as well, which is a nice mana fixer card. Also Uncharted Haven. We could hope Blossoming Sands wheels around, I think. There's also this one, which is, a 5 mana saga. You end up with a 5/5 Vigilance Haste after 2 turns. So you play it turn 5, you get 5/5 Vigilance Haste on turn 7, which is quite good. And you're buffing creatures and vehicles and giving them Vigilance as well for 2 turns. It's quite expensive, but I think it's quite good. But it's kind of a, your top end, late game kind of finisher type card. I wouldn't say Dockside Chef is so amazing that I want to grab it right now. Got just a solid enchantment creature for 2 mana. Commune with Spirits. So yeah, maybe it's between Dockside Chef, the Exemplar, Commune with Spirits, Blossoming Sands, and Tails. I think you don't usually have problems getting enough top end cards. It's usually the getting enough early cards is a problem. I'm quite curious about playing a black-green enchantments deck. Obviously, going 3 colours potentially isn't a good idea. So maybe Dockside Chef isn't enough to take us into black. Maybe usually the problem is getting enough creatures, enough early creatures. I think in this case maybe the Exemplar is pretty good. So he's going to attack as a 3/2, which is okay. So that's the artifact that brings creatures and vehicles back. Very good red saga. But yeah, we've got green and white in mind. It's a nice ninjutsu card. And there's Bamboo Grove Archer, so another enchantment creature. It's pretty solid. I think we've committed definitely to enchantments. So we're grabbing the best card for this deck. Okay, I've never played Historian's Wisdom before. Okay, so that can be a cantrip enchantment. You have to have the greatest power on the board. Yeah, it's not a great card, honestly, but it could be a cantrip. It's another enchantment. Kind of want to try playing it. There's nothing better, so I mean we've got a Tamiyo Safekeeping. I don't usually play them. Let's do it. Let's go for Historian's Wisdom. Pick 5. Right, that is a really good card for the artifact deck. Like the way, Repel the Vile is a pretty good 6 pick, I think. So we'll grab that one. Another containment construct. So there was definitely a good artifact deck here as well. Oh yeah, we really like Sunblade Samurai. That channel effect is great. Because I spotted Fang of Shigeki as well, which is a nice Death Touch creature, but I think because this fixes your mana, that's really good. Well, yeah. Oh wow, look, another great artifact card. Another Sunblade Samurai. So we're getting fed about one good enchantment card each pack, so that seems solid. Running out of good stuff now. Grafted Growth. Let's do it. Another Repel the Vile. Yeah, I think this is, yeah, pick 10, so this is the one that went all around, wheeled around, so. Take some mana fixing. Sure. So this is what happens when you commit quite early. You do get, yeah, we know exactly what we're doing, but I guess a disadvantage is there are some good rares that pop up. It's that much harder to sort of swivel into that particular strategy. So yeah, this is actually my first Sokenzan Crucible of Defiance. I don't own any of these, so that is a good pickup. I think we've just come. In fact, so I've now got a copy of all the legendary lands, so that's pretty good for my collection. This is so Generous Visitor is absolutely perfect for my deck. There's going to be nothing better than that, I would suggest. Yeah. Okay. Born to Drive. It's an enchantment that works with vehicles. It's kind of interesting. Like, it can be quite a big buff on a creature. This guy, this lady brings back enchantments. Pretty good. We have another Sunblade Samurai. Maybe 2 is about right. We don't have to get the third one. The advantage of, like, you know, picking your strategy early, you do get a lot of choices in what you pick later on. Because I do like Season of Renewal as well. So it's like we've got 2 options for recursion. This is the more sort of consistent option. This is always going to probably get me 2 cards. And then we've got this threat, Norika, who can get an enchantment out of the graveyard every turn, potentially. In practice, this very rarely will get you anything from the graveyard, but she might, on the other hand, she might soak up removal before she can attack. And it means you can't, if you want to get an enchantment back, you can't attack with anything else. But I think it's pretty cool for the deck. We've got to try it out, I think. Okay, nice card for the ninjutsu deck. Nice red burn spell. So this is the enchantment. Gives a nice big buff. +3/+3 in reach. You can discard it to do a giant growth. That's pretty good. Or another Uncharted Haven. I think we'll go Favor of Jukai. It's a nice one. Choose a creature type. Enchantment is not a creature type, of course. We do have human and samurai in quite a few copies. But I tell you what, I've spotted a really good one. It's the Greater Tanuki. So we definitely want at least one of those. Another Repel the Vile there. Careful Cultivation might be even better. So that's another aura that gives reach. But also you can make a monk with it, so that's really good. Another Generous Visitor. Nice. Befriending the Moths. So this is a source of flaying, so you can imagine using this on your Norika. Give her a evasion so you can get through without getting killed. Another Careful Cultivation is pretty good as well. But I think I underestimated this card. I think evasion is pretty good even for 4 mana. Okay, Colossal Skyturtle. So that's a really good card, and we're going to splash for it, I think. So we're looking for sort of white, blue, green, blue, more Uncharted Havens to try and mana fix. We've got a Greater Tanuki as well that can find an island for me. So, yeah, this is good. More ramp to get green, but this could mana fix for me. I think Commune with Spirits is starting to get really strong for this deck, so I think it's even better than Careful Cultivation, just for mana fixing. Season of Renewal. Okay, that's crucial. This is the combo with Colossal Skyturtle. So you can channel this, return a card, Season of Renewal, get back Turtle, and enchantment. So that's a pretty nice combo. Yeah, artifact creatures, get another Haven, why not? Right, Grafted Growth or Secluded Courtyard. You could name Turtle, that's one way of mana fixing. But let's go Grafted Growth. And that's pack 2, and we actually practically have a deck. Okay, we've got 3 lands, so we need 23 cards. We've only effectively got 20 because we've got 3 lands. So, pretty cool. Right, Soul Ripper. Not that amazing. Ah, fantastic. Right, I don't have... So, for collection purposes, I don't have any Lizard Blades, so that's great. That's my first Lizard Blade, so I've actually managed to get 3 cards I didn't have in my collection so far. So that's pretty nice. Okay, another Repel the Vile. Got a quick, an early creature, but he's not enchantment based. We've only got 3 2-drops. Wow, okay, it's mostly... I don't think we're gonna have to play a Jukai trainee, to be honest. We could get this Safekeeping, we could get another Repel the Vile. I don't usually play Safekeeping. I think 1 copy is probably pretty decent. Maybe 3. Nah, maybe 3 Repel the Viles is better. Now, this is a really nice one. This enchantment that scries for 2, so that's great for mana fixing. Okay, another Exemplar, so that's a really really good late pick to get a nice 2-drop creatures that happen to be enchantments. Another Historian's Wisdom, wow. Okay, Prodigy's Prototype is a really cool vehicle. Another Exemplar, that's what I'm leaning toward immediately. Another Commune with Spirits. But, yeah, we can see we're pretty light on 2-drops. I think we go for the Exemplar. Kunai is a nice removal spell. It is an artifact. I think we can go for the Harmonious Emergence, another good size enchantment-based creature. And there's nothing here, so we will take the uncommon. Yep, take the uncommon. Could take the uncommon. I don't think, yeah, we didn't take a Tamiyo's yet, so we'll grab one. Grab another one, sure. Yep. Yeah, happy with that. That should be a pretty decent enchantment deck. We got 2 Generous Visitors. That's fantastic. That can just win the game on its own, practically. We didn't get any of the those green-white monks that make all enchantments cheaper, but that's fine, I think. Yeah, because that's an uncommon as well. So I'm very happy to get 2 relevant uncommons that are really good. Any more would be greedy. In fact, Michiko is another really good, relevant, cheap uncommon. So I've only got. It's interesting. We've only got 4 cards to drop. So I thought I'd actually have more choice in what I ran in the deck, having committed quite early. But I think in pack 3 there weren't that many enchantments. We ended up with lots of artifacts late on. It's good to get a couple of late exemplars. So I've got some early pressure. I guess it might be actually quite easy to trim this deck. So we think Historian's Wisdom is a kind of a risky card. So it's like it. Well, with all auras, if they have instant removal, you're just losing card advantage. So I think we look at our auras and seeing which ones are the most playable. So the ones that can be channeled are pretty good. So I think we keep Favor of Jukai. So I don't know if we need 2 Grafted Growths. I think we probably drop those. Oh yeah, and we've got 2 Tamiyo's Safekeeping, so I think we just drop one of those. And that's 40 cards. So pretty easy. I'll just see how easy it is to splash for blue. We've got an island, 2 havens. We also have a Greater Tanuki. So that's basically 4 sources of blue. I think we've taken out, we just took out the Grafted Growths. I don't think we need them. I'd also call these a kind of a risky card to include because it's not a creature and it's not a removal spell. always feels risky to include those kinds of cards in draft unless it's part of a killer combo. Right, yep, very happy with that. So I think I'll call that end of part one. And this is almost certainly this is the deck I'm running with. Yeah. Okay, so see you in a bit.